Hello, welcome to Your Academy. At Your Academy today, we will deal with psychoanalytic criticism. We have been dealing with psychoanalytic criticism for quite some time. We have already dealt with the psychoanalytic theories given by Sigmund Freud. If you want to watch the lectures about Sigmund Freud, you can check out this link that has just popped out at the top of this video. And if you want to watch various lectures on literary theory and criticism, you can check out this playlist. And on this playlist, we have numerous lectures about theory, about criticism. In this particular lecture, we will deal with Jacques Lacan or Jacques Lacan. There are different pronunciations of this name. Now, after Sigmund Freud, one of the theorists who would take off this psychoanalytic criticism or would revive the psychoanalytic criticism or the classical psychoanalysis was Jacques Lacan. Because after the publication of the interpretation of dreams and other works by Sigmund Freud, which became popular, in 1920s and 30s, they would eventually get degenerated, and there were like very a limited amount of readers or critics who would buy the ideas or concepts of psychoanalysis. It was considered to be a theory which was dying down until in 1950s Jacques Lacan comes to the scene, and he begins a movement called as Back to Freud, wherein he would reread the work, the text of Sigmund Freud, and reanalyze them, and took a lifelong mission in order to revive psychoanalytic theory or psychoanalytic criticism. And a lot of credit therefore goes to Jacques Lacan. In today's lecture, we will deal with the mirror stage. Though Jacques Lacan would be known for quite a number of concepts or ideas that he has contributed to the psychoanalytic theory. For example, the imagery, the symbolic, the real. These are some of the concepts that he has given to the field of psychoanalysis. He has also dealt with ego. He has dealt with the other, and the other, which are two very important concepts of his. So in this series of lectures, which would be dedicated to Jacques Lacan, we will deal with all important and major concepts of Jacques Lacan. In today's lecture, we will deal with the mirror stage, which is the most important contribution of Jacques Lacan to the psychoanalytic theory. But before we enter into understanding the mirror stage, because when we are dealing with this psychoanalytic criticism or theory, it is important to go back into the context or the background in which the concept was developed, because an important aspect of theory is always that whenever a theorist comes up with a new concept or idea, it is not developed in vacuum, but it is influenced by a number of other thinkers or philosophies which were either dominant in the times of a particular writer or which had been important prior to his time, and he comes across them. So we will deal with all these aspects one by one before we take up the topic, the mirror stage. So to put all these things in context, we will first try to know something about Jacques Lacan. Now, Jacques Lacan would be a practicing psychiatrist initially in his age, and up to 1930s he was not at all interested into the psychoanalytic theory or criticism, and for that matter, perhaps up to that point of time he had not thought that he would be taught in the humanities department in English literature, in the classes of English literature. He considered his trait or skill as a psychiatrist would be sufficient to build a good career. But things had a great turn in 1930s when he came across two important incidents, or we could say that two important things happened in the life of Jacques Lacan, which turned his focus from practicing psychiatry to writing about psychoanalysis and taking forward the psychoanalytic criticism or theory. And one of those incidents was that he came to read about an article which was written by a surrealist painter, which at that time was not very famous painter, and he was known as Salvador Dali, and he had written an article on paranoia. Now he read that particular article, and by going through that article, by reading that article, Jacques Lacan became interested in writing about psychoanalysis rather than, simply practicing psychiatry. And second thing that happened to Jacques Lacan in those formative years, in the earlier stage of 1930s, was that he came across Sigmund Freud. Now, when he came across Sigmund Freud, he read Sigmund Freud. That gave him more impetus to be a writer, a critic, a theorist of psychoanalysis than simply be a be a psychiatrist. Now, after 1930s, Jacques Lacan would enter into the field of writing and exploring the concepts of psychoanalysis or psychoanalytic criticism. By then, let me reiterate the fact that psychoanalysis was not a famous theory at all. It was considered to be a theory which was dying down because the concepts of the classical psychoanalysis of Sigmund Freud had been, reduced to the ideas of Oedipal complex and phallus or lack. It was, just brought narrowed down. There was no new thing coming up in psychoanalytic theory. So Jacques Lacan had to take a leap in order to find something different in psychoanalytic theory, and he did this while he was presenting a paper in 1936 in an international psychoanalytic in an international psychoanalytic association, or the Congress of International Psychoanalytic Association. And in this particular conference or congress, Jacques Lacan would be presenting a paper on the mirror stage or on the imagery. Now we have few things from this particular conference, and one was that the time limitation in this particular conference was only up to 10 minutes, and when Jacques Lacan was presenting his paper, he was stopped after 10 minutes and he was not allowed to continue reading of his paper. And secondly, his paper was even not published in the conference proceedings, and one of the reasons cited for not publication of this book was that he did not opt to publish the paper in conference proceedings. From 1936 onwards, Jacques Lacan will not be, inactive in any field. It was later in 1948-49 when he would represent the same paper with lot many changes in another International Psychoanalytic Association Congress, which was probably the 16th Congress of International Psychoanalytic Association. And in that particular association, Jacques Lacan was given enough time to present his paper. And what we have in the contemporary times, what we know of the mirror stage, has got a lot of material or content from his second presentation rather than the first, because we do not have a lot of rather what I would say, we do not have the contents of the paper which are presented in 1930s, but we do have the contents of the paper that was published in 1940, that was presented and even published in the conference proceedings of 1949. Jacques Lacan famously in 1950s would begin a very important movement, what we call as return to the Freud, wherein he insisted that in order to develop or regenerate the psychoanalytic theory, we need to read the text of the Sigmund Freud. And throughout his lifetime, Jacques Lacan would put a lot of energy into the reading of the text of Sigmund Freud. The Mirror Stage became the most famous work of Jacques Lacan, and the works of Jacques Lacan were introduced in Europe in English language in 1977 through the translation of Alan Sheridan's, and he translated two works of Jacques Lacan titled Acritus, a Selection, and the Four Fundamental Concepts of Psychoanalysis. In his work, the Acritus was published, the paper titled The Mirror Stage, which became the most famous concept or idea of Jacques Lacan. Jacques Lacan in his lifetime was very famous figure. He was the friend of Salvador Dali, who was a famous, later became very important painter. He was personal psychiatrist of Pablo Picasso, who was very famous painter of his time, and also he was a good friend of André Breton. Now, André Breton is the founder of Surrealist movement of which began in Europe after the World War II, and this Surrealism had also a great impact or influence upon Jacques Lacan. Another important thing about Jacques Lacan is, before we take up the Mirror Stage, is that Jacques Lacan, when he started writing, he wrote almost in complete opposition to a very dominant psychoanalytic movement that are ideas that were prevalent in United States back in those days, which was known as ego psychology. This ego psychology was made very famous by Rodolphe Loewenstein, was also the training analyst of Jacques Lacan, and this ego psychology focused a lot about the defense mechanism of a person, and this was more concerned about the conscious mind or about the ego of a person rather than looking into the unconscious mind. There were some important ideas of Jacques Lacan, which was initially the formation of the ego, how ego is formed in human beings, both in the symbolic order and in the imagery order, and the other important concepts which would revolutionize rather the psychoanalytic criticism or theory was that the unconscious mind is structured like the language. Now, as we move ahead, we will look into all these concepts and ideas one by one, but that was the context in which we will study or read Jacques Lacan. I discussed with you the forming years of Jacques Lacan, his association with the important writers of his age, and his contribution to psychoanalytic criticism. That is all we have in this part of the video. To watch the next part of the video, you can click on this end screen, and you can click here to subscribe your academy.